service for the next hour. Well, that global media has generated another 7 days of news, which means we get to generate another 7 days of the show. As per, I am joined by 6 top-tier comedians who you may have seen them on screen or even the stage in the before times. Let's meet the leaders, shall we, and find out who is who. And leading team 1 is the woman you think is Melanie Bracewell. No, she's not. She's actually the Hillary Barry of millennials. It's Hayley Sproull. Pretty high accolade.
Compliment.
Yeah, it
is a compliment.
That is.
What's been happening? You've had a pretty rough week, I hear.
I've had a rough day, actually.
Okay.
I'm lucky to be here.
Wow.
Well, before I came, I took a little trip to the local Westfield to get a kebab and a 15-minute neck and shoulder.
Yeah.
And as I was leaving from the top floor, someone at the bottom floor wedged their van between the roof and the ground. And so the whole thing was backed up. I had to abandon my car. It's literally still there now.
So you've been backed up all day?
I've been backed up all day long. I didn't want to mention this, but it was a woman driver. And I am now...
Say no more.
...no longer a feminist.
All right, who's on your team, Hayley?
Well, I tell you what, they look like a father-daughter folk duo.
Which is which?
Rhiannon, McCall and Jeremy Elwood.
All right, the leader of Team 2 is what Mr. Potato Head would look like if he got his wish to be a real boy. It's Paul Ego!
Jeremy Corbett.
Favourite tuber. Hey, what's been happening in your week?
Parent-teacher conferences this week.
Good. Did you go on?
No, didn't go.
What?
No, my wife and I wagged. We didn't bother. Our son does it all the time. We thought, well, taste of his own medicine. And he said to us when he got home, how are the parent-teacher conferences? And we went, oh, boring. So I felt pretty cool doing that. And my wife and I just went to the mall and vaped. So, yeah, 2 can play at that game.
All right, Paulie, who's on your team, please?
Oh, great team tonight.
Yes.
Tell you what, both very humble upbringings, these 2 idiots. Down the end there, of course, Pax Assadi, raised by refugees.
Yep.
And in the middle, Ray O'Leary here, not many people know, was lost in the wild and then was raised by accountants.
Yes.
So, yeah, Pax Assadi, Ray O'Leary.
Well, as we often do, and it shouldn't come as a surprise, we're starting tonight's show with a round of Newsmakers, where I present our teams with a snippet from the news, and they tell me what it's doing in the news in the first place. And Team 1 will begin with you. You're up first. Sure. Here we have a photograph.
Oh.
Why is this newsworthy?
Did you have a high school reunion?
I actually think this is the only known photo of every member of Fat Freddy's Drop. They finally got them all together.
I think that the scientific term for what this is a sausage fest.
It is a sausage fest.
Yeah.
I actually know this. Wasn't there something in down south? No, I believe in Dunners, in Dunedin, their gold is back.
You are quite right, Hayley. Otago is on the cusp of a gold rush not seen since the 1800s when that photo was taken. There's been a spike in gold mining permits being issued as the price of the precious metal reaches record highs. And mining companies say they're seeking job applications from experienced gold diggers, which is good because that should keep my DMs quiet for a few months.
Gold is kind of like the original cryptocurrency, isn't it? Because we always hear about how much it's worth, but no one knows how you buy or sell the shit.
No, I know, and you've just got them at home.
Yeah.
I've got so much at home.
Have you?
Oh, sorry, is that in your
Honestly,
multiple
what to do with it.
properties?
Yeah, well, actually, because gold is so abundant at the moment, I'm using it in replacement for jib, because God knows you can't get your hand on jib. I got a lot of gold.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
So you got quite good insulation, but it's bad for a leaky
Oh, it's
home.
freezing cold, but looks good.
Yeah, it's a little house in Grey Lynn, but it looks like Saddam Hussein's palace. There are still tricks, though. I mean, one of the tricky things about gold mining is working out if it's the entrance to an actual gold mine or if it's just been painted on by the coyote.
Jeremy, you've got a lot of gold at your house, don't you? Because you're married to a miner.
That they had mined all of the gold out of Otago, but it turns out they actually just did a man's mine.
They didn't, yeah, they did.
They had to go back. They didn't check the drawers.
Yeah.
Well, they just checked one of the drawers and said, oh, it's not there. I looked.
The problem is women are so good at finding things. I have domestic blindness. I can't find something, but I immediately ask Megan, and she immediately finds it. If you want us to stop doing that, stop finding it.
Do you know what that's called? It's called weaponising incompetence.
Yes,
Is
it's
it?
a real
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, weaponising incompetence. When you're like, I could do this, but you do it so much
Honey, you
better.
wash the dishes so much better than me.
I'm all Butterfingers.
Oh, look at me trying to raise our children. Maybe you should do it.
All right, right, moving on to team 2. You ready
All right.
for something in Newsmakers?
Absolutely.
And it's got sound, so listen too.
The offenders, they have no fear of the police, they have no fear of the law, they have no fear of being caught or any consequences whatsoever.
Why is that news?
I don't know, Jeremy. His accent is making it impossible to tell.
It does sound like he's talking about like a pretty cool group of guys, and so they want me to hang out with them anytime. I'm free.
So what does he say? He says no fear of the police.
Yeah.
No fear of consequences. No fear of getting caught.
Yeah.
Is he talking about a particular member of the royal family, maybe?
He's talking about my kids.
It's a crime. Yeah. Pax's kids, who I've met, and they would definitely do this, have been ram raiding stores. Hasn't there been like a spate of ram raids?
Very good,
And they
Paul.
reckon it's Pax's kids?
Yeah, part of that answer is correct. Ram raiding is out of control. Auckland has seen a concerning rise in stolen cars driving into store windows. Recent victims include Gucci, Louis Vuitton and local dairies. And while this is mainly a problem in Auckland, Wellington has seen a worrying rise in unicycles riding into the windows of vape stores. They have their own issues down there.
Yeah, that would look hilarious.
It is funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton, Gucci and dairies.
Yeah.
I know.
So the police are looking for somebody in a $10,000 pair of diamond-studded leather pants with the pockets full of cans of Blue V.
Well, that's why they went high-end, because it is expensive, even if you steal a car.
Yeah.
I think the most recent one was the Gucci store, and they got away with tens of thousands of dollars of stuff. They got a jacket. Yeah, so...
You've got to admire the fact that like these ram raiders have class, right? Like I wouldn't be caught dead ram raiding a Kmart.
No. You wouldn't.
It says something about who you are as a person.
See, I don't drive, and you don't know how hard it is trying to convince your Uber to drive into a Louis Vuitton.
It's been an issue all over the country because in Hamilton, the fancier store also got ram raided, a beautiful glaçons. Oh. Yeah, they stole tens of dollars worth of products.
Oh
so it was a huge loss.
And tens of dollars?
Yeah.
And then the next day returned a lot of it.
Yeah, because the quality, they were like, the stitching's coming through.
It's not really my size. Good Newsmakers team. Team 1 for scores. You can have 400. That's the number of years the word archetype has been in the English language before Meghan Markle tried to trademark it this week for her podcast. So you get 400, yeah. And Team 2, you can have the number of public holidays in our calendar year now that Matariki has been legally confirmed as one. There are now 12 public holidays. It's not enough. Team 1 gets the star. Well done, Team 1. This is a big moment. It's when people tune in to find out what our teams are playing for, and normally it's a bit of a joke prize relating to the news, but this week I've gone the extra mile, wanted to treat the teams to something special. I nipped out last night and got you this. It is a luxury Louis Vuitton bag valued at over $7,000. Thank you very much. That is right. The winning team gets that. Sorry, I lost the receipt. No exchanges.
Something in the...
I don't know what we're talking about, Hayley. Time on 7 days for a game of Guess Who, where we invite a mystery guest from the last 7 days of news, shove a sack on their heads and hope our panellists can figure out who they are before they run out of air. It's a high-risk game. Please join me, though, in welcoming this week's Guess Who guest. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Keep forward, forward, one more, half a step. Yeah, that's great, great. That is perfect. All right. Teams, you can ask yes/no questions to establish the identity of our guest. You get a yes, you get another question, and no, it goes to the other team. Team 1, you can start.
Did you recently come into a new collection of Louis Vuitton and Gucci?
No.
That's a no.
Does you being here have something to do with your occupation?
No.
No, that's a no.
Is it something to do with politics?
No.
No, it's not that.
Is the reason you're here tonight because of something you do as a hobby, like in your spare time?
Yes.
That's a yes.
Okay.
Is the hobby that you do some kind of sport?
No.
No, Team 1.
Is your hobby something to do with the environment?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's two.
Guess, did you and 50,000 of your friends recently follow David Seymour?
I'll give you a little clue.
Okay.
When she says hobby, she's kind of quite passive in this hobby.
Oh.
Is your hobby involve you being looked at?
Yes.
It's more than something done to her, I guess.
Whoa.
What about... I know it!
Well,
Say it to us first.
Tell somebody else I'm going deaf.
I'm going to ask to make sure I'm on the right path.
Yes, that's it. Good.
Is this to do with something you put on your body?
Yes.
What about something with the tattoos? Yes.
Is this to do with your tattoos?
Yeah.
Did you get the Briscoes lady tattooed on you?
I genuinely read about this in the news.
Yes.
Your tattoo of the Briscoes lady.
Yeah, do you want to see it?
I'd love to see it.
Well, go and see it. Go and show it to
Yes,
us.
it depends
Filling
where
a
it is.
mega.
Oh, no.
But since I got it done, there's a new surprise. So I've also
Yep.
got the Mad Butcher now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this is known.
Can I just say, I'm feeling really left out.
So LJ, tell us the story, how it came about.
Well, I got Billy T quite a while ago, and my tattooist, Rich Nielsen, in Whakatane at the Collective, absolutely magic dude. So he had a cancellation that day and he said, look, I've got this portrait I've been dying to do. I drew it up a couple of years ago and I reckon you're the perfect woman to wear it. And I was like, okay, what, 10:30 you reckon? He goes, yeah. Do you want to know who it is? It's like, oh, yeah, probably. And it was Tammy Wells, the Briscoes lady.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, absolutely.
What an honour.
Now, I have to ask, does she know that you've got it?
She does. She found out last week. We had a wee yarn on the radio. She says, why would you do that? But I'm flattered. So that was good, but yeah.
But my question is, I've seen a picture of it. So you've got Tammy, and then it says you'll never buy better, and then it looks like she's getting electrocuted by a toaster.
Oh, no. No,
It's
no,
not-
sorry. It's like, hang on, look.
The toaster.
Hang on.
Yeah, put it up here.
No, that's all right. You show her.
And so you've got the plug going into Tammy's neck.
Oh, yes, okay.
It's going past. Oh,
Yeah,
yes, that's going.
yeah.
Oh, stuck in
Yeah,
here.
good point.
All right, LJ, go jump back over there, where you were before.
LJ, do you have any plans for who's next? Perhaps someone is...
Good
That's
night,
good.
Kiwi.
No, I'm happy not to.
yeah.
The good thing is, LJ, as you age, as we all do, we sort of shrink a bit and get a little bit smaller.
You should get Diane Henwood.
Yeah, well, now you... No. I was going to say, because we all get a little bit smaller and shrink as we get older, now you've got the Briscoes lady, you can just say, well, it's 15% off.
All right, give it up for LJ Dobbin. Here we are. Thank you so much. Well done, and we hope to see all of the 7 Days panellists on your back next time you visit. And congratulations, Team 1, a star for you. Well guessed, Hayley. Well guessed. Let's be frank, everyone's a comedian these days, so why don't you prove it? I'd like you to caption this photo. Have a look at that, then text us your caption and your name to 4088. Best caption, according to our crack team of captioneers, wins $500 of Frank Energy credit. Don't forget to include your name, because no name, no credit. They're the rules, I'm sorry. You can take another look at that photo on our 7 Days Facebook page, and we will announce our winner toward the end of tonight's show. It is break time. We'll be back as soon as we can with a round of My Audience. Control that TV soon. Welcome back to 7 Days. It is time for a game of My Audience Can Draw That. This is a game normally played with adorable children. Instead, we're going to play with less adorable audience members. We have selected 2 budding artists from these seats just over here and asked them to artistically recreate a story from the week. Team 1, I want you to tell me what our audience member has drawn here. Take it away.
My name is Jono. I went to Hokowhiru Primary School, and this is my picture.
Tatatron 3000.
Yeah, it's some kind of production line.
Yes.
A taste explosion.
That is a bomb.
It looks
a grenade.
Yeah, it's a
hand grenade.
grenade.
Isn't it? Yeah. I
What
think
is
maybe the word we need to focus there is tater, so potatoes and hand grenades. He's drawn the 20th century history of Ireland.
I think we should lock this in. I
Very
believe
good.
this is a drawing Jono's drawn of Ireland.
The potato famine and interpretation.
Interesting. Probably not in the last 7 days, but Jono, let's check with you. Jono, what have you drawn, please, buddy?
So the story, in the Mr. Chip factory in New Zealand, there was a grenade found on the conveyor belt, and one of the workers luckily identified it as a grenade rather than a potato. So this is the potato factory. I've not been to one, but I think it looks very similar to this. The potatoes are being loaded in over here, and they're going through the conveyor belt. turning into chips, and then our classic Mr. Chip bucket on the side.
Nice.
Bit of Kiwiana for us.
And the Tatatron 3000, that makes it sound serious. I suspect you have been into a potato manufacturing facility.
Yeah.
And a grenade.
Yes, yeah, there was a grenade. I tried to make it distinct that you could tell it was a training grenade, not a grenade.
Well, you've done a horrible job. It looks like a real grenade.
Yeah.
All right, give it up for Jono. Great stuff, Jono. Yes.
Very good, Jono.
An elite special forces unit were called to a hot chip factory this week when a worker found a World War II grenade that had been harvested from a Waikato farm ended up on the production line. Or maybe there's just been a mix-up. We've accidentally sent a bag of potatoes as military aid to Ukraine.
This is literally a drawing of bangers and mash.
It is bangers and mash.
Yeah, as a girl who's rocked the keto diet for a while, I've always said carbs are a killer.
Yeah.
Now I stand by it.
My dad was a bit of a hoarder, still is actually, but we tidied up his garage in Blenheim. It was just full of crap, and we found what looked like a bomb. Had the full bomb disposal. People came out, exploded, and actually tidied the garage up a bit.
Yeah, that's That's really nice.
That turned out to be a dud, a training bomb.
And that's what this was, right?
Yes.
So back in the day, we used to train soldiers just to throw grenades that didn't blow up. They may as well have just thrown a potato.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really happy that I don't work at this potato factory, because if the grenade was found, everyone would look at me and be like, pass. Like, it's not mine! It's not mine!
Check your pockets, I think something dropped out.
I'm just really pleased this doesn't happen at the McCain factory, because they would have done it again.
You wonder whether sort of some explosive device isn't accurate for the history of spuds. Like, how were chips invented? Yeah. To me, something went wrong in a potato factory. They exploded everywhere. Someone said, we're going to have to throw these out. And guy from marketing went, hang on a minute, let's cook them again and sell them.
Because potato's like one of your favourite foods, right?
It is, absolutely my favourite.
Thing on the checklist of things that make you fascinating.
Great artwork. Give it up for Jono. Thanks, Jono. Team 2, are you ready to decipher some great art?
Oh, yeah.
All right, tell me what our audience member has drawn here. Please introduce yourself.
Kia ora, my name's Elise. I went to Awapuni Primary School, and this is my picture.
Yeah! Wow.
Thank you, Elise, for this beautiful Tim Burton-esque picture. It's got a real Nightmare Before Christmas vibe, isn't it?
Horrifying. It's actually horrifying.
I feel like we would have been friends at high school. I was a goth. Were you a goth?
Emo.
Yeah, girl.
It looks like all the rides have synced up.
So yeah, fairground sort of rides. So you got the shed, I guess, where you hand over your $17. And then you got the, what's that?
A Ferris
wheel. And then either roller coaster or a really engorged colon going around there. Merry-go-round there.
Merry-go-round.
So I don't watch the news a lot, but if there had been like a mass murder at a carnival this week, it probably would have been front page, I would imagine. Do you guys know any other do you follow the carnies? You know any other carny news?
No, I mean, I know a few guys with mullets, but...
Right.
I would say because the blood, I think the blood is symbolic. Maybe the blood means that carnivals are dying.
It's the death of the carnival.
The death of the carnival because of COVID.
Yes.
So, yes, this carnival has caught COVID and can no longer work.
Sounds completely wrong, but let's check with Elise. Enlighten us. What have you drawn?
Okay, so I just want to preface this by saying that I actually study fine arts at Elwood.
Yes, yeah.
It's conceptual. So basically...
What do you reckon your lecturer's got to say about this?
Probably like an F. So the carnival industry is bleeding, and then there's cobwebs because it's not getting used.
It's actually amazing.
And it's because of COVID.
It's actually so good.
Thank you.
The cancellation of Auckland's 2022 Easter show is the latest blow in a long 2 years of bad news for travelling carnival workers who are starting to worry continued cancellations may put them out of business. In fact, they've already had to cut costs. Now, instead of rides, the carnival just has the guy from that drinking ad swing you around by your arm and your leg and slam your head first into a cabinet. So. But that's the story. Carnival workers feeling sorry for them.
Oh, boy. It's a sad day when you've got to you know, you've got to take money away from people who are fleecing kids of their pocket money by playing rigged games with them. You know, what's this country become?
Yeah. I've heard that towns that had small towns that have had A and P shows have had to strip back, and now they just have P.
Just P shows.
It's just a P show.
Yeah. Come see a man who's been awake for 3 days.
It was really devastating. All the debt collectors were going in and repossessing just all of the soft toys.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You've got to spare a thought for these carnival workers, though. I mean, they've got kids to support in every major city. And a lot of small towns.
Yeah. Well, we could actually make a carnival here if carnivals are not doing so well. The world's longest man.
Thank you.
Guys.
Just you three doing what those clowns are doing behind you.
Well, I think the art studies have been worth it. Elise, thanks very much. Give it up for Elise.
Yeah, Elise.
Wonderful game, and my audience could draw that. Who needs kids when you've got this lot? Team 1 for scores. You can have Hallertau Brewery. They've made the world's first tomato beer, and you can have the amount they brewed, 600 litres, which in my opinion is 600 litres too much, but you get 600. Have you tried it?
Yeah,
What's
I
it
did
like?
try it the other week. I live nearby. It's so yuck. Support local.
Team 1, 600 for you. That is good. It's a good score. Is it enough, though? Because Team 2 gets the amount of money a US woman won on a scratchy she accidentally bought when a man bumped into her while she was at the machine. Worth it, $14 million. Team 2, you take a well-earned start. We are taking another break, but not a holiday. The holiday starts when we come back with a round of Club Tropicana on 7 days. Everyone's a critic these days. No, seriously. Send your frank feedback about 7 days to this email address. Stay tuned for how we use it. Could be a laugh. Hey you, welcome back to 7 days. Do you know what time it is? I don't, because we're on island time here. Play the steel drums. Yeah. You know what that means, teams? It's time for Club Tropicana. Head on down to the beach. A huge thank you to our sponsor and pineapple provider, the good people at Dole. Inside this sweet topical vitamin-rich Dole pineapple, I have some stories from the week I'd like to hear a little more about, and this is open to all teams. We begin with a story. This week it was revealed that Queenstown is suffering from a shortage of butlers. We laugh, but I know how hard that can be. But I don't want to hear about butlers just themselves. I want to hear some examples of inexperienced butlers. Inexperienced butlers, please.
Excuse me, Mr. Wayne. I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a big cave in the basement of Wayne Manor. I took the liberty of filling it with concrete. I hope that's all right with
you. Prince Andrew, your guest is here. Shall I check your ID?
Yeah, Alfred died, so I'm the new butler for Batman. Bruce Wayne. I'm the
Oh, no, don't worry, sir. I threw away all that old wine. I bought you some new stuff.
So yeah, I gave the house a bit of a clean, and there was like an ugly vase with all this dust in it, so I threw that out, and I gave it a really good wipe out.
Don't worry, I know a shortcut, Princess Di.
Welcome to Bel Air, Mr. Smith. Would you like to hear a joke about your wife?
Let's go to our next story. Waimati High School teacher was proposed to this week in front of an audience of her 21 students and her dog. Oh. The proposal went well. It's very nice, but I'm not interested in that. I'd like to see your worst marriage proposals, please.
Oh my God, the ring won't fit. I always forget how fat your fingers are.
Will you marry me? Oh, hold on. Will you marry me?
Babe,
will you let me have a hoon on you till the day we die?
Mum.
Oh, so it's a terminal diagnosis. Yeah, and so soon after your parents left you all that money.
I ram-raided Pasco's to get you this.
Moving on, back to the pineapple. OK, this week saw the nationwide jib shortage continue, with builders comparing it to the toilet paper shortage of lockdowns 1, 2 and 3. What I'd like to see is some things you'd never hear on a building site. Things you'd never hear on a building site.
No smoko for me, thanks. I'd like to get this job done before the client gets here.
OK, guys, just keep it down a bit, eh? There's probably people working from home nearby.
Oh, sorry, guys. Was my crack showing? Jeez, I'm embarrassed.
Bang, 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 bang. Ugh. Bang, bang, oh.
Lads, I said no Bridgerton spoilers.
God, I respect women.
Back to the pineapple one more time. The Republic of Ireland held their census this week and asked citizens to include a message for a time capsule to be opened in 100 years. It's too late for us to do the same in our census next year, but I'd still like to hear messages you'd like to leave for Kiwis to read in 100 years.
Hello, my name is Neve Ardern. I never met my real father.
All right, Warriors, this is our year.
Right. If you're reading this, I'm assuming Winston Peters is still alive.
Is Jeremy Corbett still hosting 7 Days?
You bet.
If you're reading this, I am dead. But if that's true, who's behind you? Got you.
Oh, it's a dick pic. It's a dick pic.
100 years ago, I put a slice of Vogels in the toaster. It'll probably need another few minutes, and then it should be good.
Great stuff.
Hey guys, just following up on my last time capsule, I forgot to attach the attachment.
Play the steel drums one more time. Come on back, teams.
Oh, it's taking too long. It's taking too long. It's taking too long.
To the scores now. Team 1, you can have 500. That is the weight in tons of a metal bridge stolen by thieves in India. They posed as government officials and dismantled the entire bridge. So you get 500. And Team 2, you can have the year of a rare Bentley car that was stolen in Wellington this week. Very similar to one I just got cheap on Trade Me, actually. 1962, 1,962, which means Team 2 is looking starry tonight. Great round of Club Tropicana, almost as great as the fresh taste of Dole pineapples. Available nationwide or wherever you stream your fruit on the internet. All right, before we go to a break, it's time for a quick round of Where is the Lie? I've got 4 headlines for you. 3 are from the news this week. 1 is from the twisted minds of our writers. Where is the lie? Let's look at the headlines, shall we? A. Doc investigates group of anti-mandate protesters who skinned and ate a seal in Mahunga Bay in Wellington.
Oh, that'd go great with a tomato beer.
Wouldn't it? Really would.
B. UK man accidentally attaches his STD results in job application instead of his cover letter. Headline number C, Japanese robot can peel bananas cleanly most of the time. Bit of a qualifier. And D, Dargaville couple slammed on social media for naming their newborn daughter Bourbon. Which one is the porky pie? I'm going to let our teams have a think along with them if you like, and we'll be back shortly to reveal the lie on 7 Days. See you soon. In the middle of playing around at Where is the Lie? Our teams have been analysing these 4 headlines in an attempt to figure out which one never happened. Team 1, have you made a decision?
Sorry, but if anyone anywhere was going to name their daughter Bourbon, I would guess.
I won't hear a bad word about Dargaville. It is where my family is from.
So are you suggesting because of that we can't say anything bad about Dargaville, so that one's a lie?
That one's the true. Yes, that one. I think that one's the lie. I know the top one is true.
Okay.
How do you know that's true?
I see.
Have you seen the Wellington protesters?
Why?
I mean, that's the least feral thing they've done.
It's so bad.
And there was a guy who did. I read this as well. He accidentally uploaded his STD results. Thankfully, they were negative.
Posy or neggy?
Neggy. As a thing. So I would say that the Dargaville one's a lie because all the people in Dargaville are just great people. Corby, I think D is the lie.
All right, you're locking in D, Team 1?
Yeah.
Team 2?
All right, guys. Should we start numerically at A?
Yeah.
No.
I think A is true because that seal was delicious.
Yeah.
So it's saying A is true.
Yeah.
Number B, I haven't had an STD, but I'd be interested in trying it. That sounds like something I could do accidentally. That sounds feasible. Number B. Japanese robot. The Japanese are brilliant at robots.
Well, I've heard C is true, but the tough part was getting them to program the robot to say, daylight come and I want to go home.
You know why I think C could be the lie?
Okay,
because the Japanese are so good at making robots that it says Japanese robot can peel bananas cleanly most of the time. I reckon they could peel a banana cleanly all of the time.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
They
I
turn
think
it
Pax
into
is
sushi.
right. C is the lie.
All right, Team 2, you think that it is C. Team 1, you are going with D. Well, I can reveal to you all now that the lie is D. Yes, D. I think if a baby was called Bourbon, social media would absolutely love it. That is the lie. That means Team 1 gets a star. Congratulations, Team 1.
Go Dargaville!
All right, let me see the time. OK, let's play Good News Battle, shall we? This is where our teams scour the news produced on this scorching hot, politically divided and eternally doomed planet. Find something good and uplifting. It is a hard ask. May the goodest news win. Pax, I'm going to start with you on Team 2. Found anything good for us?
Yes, Jeremy, I think I found the goodest of newses. I found a lovely bit of news. Have you heard of Madagascar? Have you heard of it? A beautiful thing has happened in Madagascar. They've discovered a bug.
Oh.
Yes, but a bug that tastes like bacon.
Oh my God.
A bacon bug. Yeah. And what they're going to do is they're going to farm this bug, mass farm this bug, and this bug could solve world hunger. Yeah, and the beautiful thing is, bullies from primary school I'm not weird for eating bugs anymore. Suck it, Chris Johnston. You asshole. I'm on TV and you're a successful solicitor and barrister. With a lot of money and a beautiful wife and children.
Just stop, Pax. Just stop.
Yeah, I bet he's not happy though.
No, he's not. No, he's actually really happy.
No, he just drinks Shiraz and cries to Coldplay.
Look, I always have to ask the same question. Does it really taste like bacon, or is it being described by someone who's never tasted bacon?
Yeah.
Is taste a bit like bacon the new tastes a bit like chicken? Because it doesn't.
They used to say, the expression used to be, I believe in that when pigs can fly, but now it's when flies can pig.
Yes.
Shit, how good is it going to smell when one of these suckers hits that electric blue light?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm hungry.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, this just doesn't sound like a good idea, you know, like what's going to fix world hunger, you know, or like what's going to stop starvation? Oh, I know, a plague.
I'll tell you what, it's better than our original plan, which was get Bono to sing them a Christmas song.
Yeah.
I like bacon and I like your story. We're going to move on, though. Go over to Team 1, Jeremy Elwood. Do you have any good news?
Sure, I do. And actually, funnily enough, mine is sort of a farming story as well. There is hope that medicinal medicinal cannabis may be able to overtake Marlboro's Sauvignon Blanc industry.
Oh, really?
There's a huge harvest going to be starting next week. 51,000 cannabis plants. That's the size of 10 rugby fields, although I must admit the article that I read described pretty much exactly where they are, so I reckon by Monday when the harvest comes, it'll be 5 rugby fields. Yeah. And they're going to start harvesting this, and they say it could bring millions and millions of dollars into the Kaikoura and Marlborough regions. Right. Because Marlborough and Kaikoura, because of their sunshine and their soil and their environment and their climate, are fantastic places to grow marijuana. And all the locals down there replied, no shit.
It's going to overtake Sav.
Well, it could. It could be the next big industry down in that part of the country. Is this not the good news section,
not the Hayley, I'm about to devastate your life section?
No, this is it doesn't displace it.
Okay.
It just maybe replaces it from an earnings perspective. You can still have your Sav.
You can have both.
Okay.
The Sauvignon Blanc is the greatest con New Zealand's played on the rest of the world. I applaud it, and this could be the next one.
Marlborough with weed is going to produce some of the worst reggae music we've ever heard.
They do say this Marlborough weed has, a beautiful zesty finish, beautiful gooseberry notes.
Yep.
And it pairs ideally, they reckon, with Doritos and whale documentaries.
It is
if you're thinking of doing a match thing,
I was going to say, I can't wait to tell my landlord that I've upped the property value because I've been growing a vineyard in the basement this whole time.
All right, good news, Mr. Elwood. We move on. We're coming back to you, Team 2. Ray, what good news do you bring, sir?
Yes, this week in the news I found that scientists believe mushrooms can talk to each other, according to a theory. Yeah, it's a theory.
I like this.
Yeah, was the theory of the 2 scientists taking mushrooms?
Scientists believe that mushrooms talk to each other, and they discovered it because a scientist was investigating 2 mushrooms, and one went, "Hey, can't you see we're talking here?" And scientists believe that mushrooms can speak up to 50 words.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately, none are today's Wordle, so they're useless.
Sounds like a really good news story, but of those 50 words, unfortunately, 25 of them are racial slurs.
Oh, dear. Do they gossip, though? Are they like, Becky's such a fat portobello?
I feel bad because mushrooms can't move, so they have to talk to the same people over and over. And imagine being stuck, having to talk to someone who was boring and monotonous and repetitive and dull and repetitive and uninteresting. But luckily I'm here, right, guys?
You also kind of look like a mushroom.
You got a mushroomy presence about you, like that.
What's really weird, Ray, is every time you're on my team, for some reason, I really feel like a carbonara, and I can't.
I like it, Ray. Good news. Rhiannon, can you keep the good news running?
I certainly can, Jeremy. So I have a story about a teacher in Tauranga. At the start, this kind of sounds like a bad news story because he actually got scammed by this cryptocurrency scam. He ended up putting in $5,000 of his money into the scam. And the way that he found out was, and this is where the good news comes in.
Oh, good.
So his students, they went and did a Google search of the company, and the first thing that came up was fake company, million scam. But they've provided a lot of emotional support to him. They've rallied around him. Yeah.
So nice.
And they've been trying to raise awareness of cryptocurrency scams. So they've been going around communities in Tauranga, people who are susceptible to this kind of thing.
Oh, I bet afterwards he went, "Oh, do you know who's going to laugh about this? My supermodel Russian Wi-Fi."
Yeah.
Do we know what he teaches?
He teaches technology.
No!
Yes.
Can teach. All right, good round of good news. My heart grew 3 sizes today, but there can only be one winner. And the best news came from Team 2. Congratulations. You get a star. Okay, pay attention in this next ad break because we're going to announce the winning caption for this week's Let's Be Frank competition. You do that, and we'll see you shortly for a round of Beat the Ding on 7 Days. See you soon. Welcome back to 7 Days. It's time for Beat the Ding. I love this. This is where I force our panellists to make stressful news-adjacent lists whilst under immense time pressure. Now, every topic has a star up for grabs, so the stakes couldn't be higher unless they were. Let's get dinging, shall we? Bring my bell out. Here we go. All right. This week, thieves stole over $20,000 worth of cheese wheels from a Dutch dairy farm. Jeremy Elwood, you have 12 seconds to name 6 types of cheese and 1 Dutch person. Go.
Victor van Gogh. Edam, mozzarella, gorgonzola, camembert, brie, Havarti, Gruyere.
You've done it. You've done it. A star. Amazing.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, let's play Pick the Aucklander.
All right, we move on. This week, Black Power members won a legal dispute to allow them to work as security guards. Pax, you have 11 seconds to name 5 active gangs. Go.
MS-13, Mongrel Mob, Black Power, The Wiggles, old people on...
So close.
Old people, you can give them old people.
What? Old people's not a gang.
If you just looked up, your 5th one was written in front of you.
Surely old people count. So what is grey
Yeah, old
power?
people, that's a gang.
Grey power.
No, grey power maybe
Grey
would have
power, grey
accepted, but
power.
not just old people. Not stuff for you. All right. A female pitch invader at Australia's NRL made headlines this week after security guards performed a particularly vicious spear tackle on her. You may have seen it. Rhiannon, you have 10 seconds to name 6 people you'd like to spear tackle in a stadium full of people. Go.
Paul, Ray, Pags, Hayley, Jeremy, and Jeremy. What? Jeez.
We're on your team.
Was that 6? I didn't...
Yeah, you got 6. You got it in time. All right, it's a star for you. Well done. Well done, Rhiannon. Take it.
I'll take it.
This week, Jacinda Ardern was voted by Australians as the most trustworthy politician. Ray, you have 10 seconds to name 6 people you trust. Go.
Not Rhiannon. Jason Farfoy. Props Boy. Susie Cato. Siobhan Ruakiri.
So close. I feel like giving you a star because you tried instead of naming the people in the room. I feel sorry for you, Ray. That was very entertaining, so close. I can't give you a star. All right, this week Spanish police seized 1,000 stuffed animals from illegal taxidermy collection in Valencia. What a crime. Paul, you have 1,000 centiseconds, which is 10 seconds, to name 7 animals you'd like to stuff and display at your house. Go.
Panda, otter, beaver, dolphin, whale, gazelle, giraffe.
Like, no one listens to the logic. I might as well just say name 7 animals.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'd also like to add that all of those animals are endangered.
Yeah, but that's what makes it a talking point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody walks in your front door and goes, oh, you got a deer head. But if you walk in the front door and you go, what, you use an otter as a doorstop?
Mate, you picked a whale. No one's walking inside your house.
Oh, that's true.
All right. This week, Mark Zuckerberg revealed employees at Meta lovingly call him the Eye of Sauron. Hayley, you have 10 seconds to name 5 nicknames you guys lovingly have for me. Go.
Daddy, Zaddy, Big Boy, Johnny Big Dick, Papa Money Bags, Corby Copperlot.
Daddy is Daddy. Corby Copperlot. I love it.
You don't pretend like you guys don't know.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you did grab a handful when I saw it.
No one's always calling you Daddy Big Bag.
Yes.
The Copperlots are great directors.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's just nice to be talked about. All right, Johnny Big Dick's going to wrap this up. That is a star for you, Hayley. Well done. That is all we have time for tonight. It's sad but true. Let's see who's taking home our luxury prize. The answer is written in the star chart. Congratulations, Team 1! Here you go. You won. There is no denying it. Enjoy your luxury goods. You didn't get them from me. That was 7 Days Tonight. Please join me in thanking our panellists this week. Hayley, Rhiannon, Jeremy, Paul, Pax and Ray. We'll see you in 7 days on 7 Days. Good night.
Thank you so much, NZ On Air. But a big, massive, big old thanks to our Zaddy over here.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable.